Well, this is Ron Caroni here with Comic Privy. I'm here with Jeramy Hobbs, creator of Trash. I've read the book and I thought the book was like totally excellent. You know, we had the opportunity to talk about it yesterday, but today I just want to go ahead and just give him an opportunity to really tell me a little bit more about the book. I just think the book itself was just made for a movie. Tell us a little bit about it, Jeramy.
First of all, it's a high school story. Group of kind of misfit, outcast kids go through a school shooting, and basically it's about them trying to figure out where to go from there and how to put their lives back together. It's not necessarily one of these things where tragedy brings everyone together. It's always, you know, one of their friends is going to die, and that kind of is going to cause a lot of drama in the group. It centers around two best friends named Vince and Wes. One's really quiet and introspective and dark and brooding, and the other is loud and obnoxious, and they kind of bounce off each other. Anyway, after the event, they kind of have a falling out, and basically the whole book is just trying to get these two friends back to seeing eye to eye and being friends again. Meanwhile, other characters or other group members are, you know, experiencing their own way of dealing with it.
What made you decide to go with like the shooting aspect, the school shooting?
You know, honestly, me and a friend were talking about it one day, and we're trying to figure out a way to tell a story about a bunch of kids with problems and not be 50 pages of Dawson's Creek or whatever.
Okay.
And like, what is the event that sets off the big explosion? And we just kind of looked at each other and we're like, you know, school shooting. And
because when I first started reading it from the beginning, and I'm not going to tell too much about the book, you know, I think it's something that anybody should just read. I think so they'll enjoy it. But I wasn't expecting that aspect of it. I was expecting something else. You know, I was expecting, I shouldn't say what I was expecting, but I was expecting some kind of like probably a bomb or something like that, because just how it was brought up a little bit in the book, how it was coming. And then when that happened, I was like, I was taken by surprise by that aspect of it. But it was definitely something where.
That's what I was going for, so that's good.
Yeah.
Did you see it? I'm not really one of these guys that's shy about talking about things people don't want to talk about. So I think it's one of these things that happens a lot. Everybody knows it happens a lot, but no one really wants to say anything about it. Or it's like, you know, unless it's like the news. But it's a subject matter people just kind of skate around, like child abuse and what have you. And you know, it's a reality, and I don't think we should turn our backs on it. You know what I mean?
I think the same thing too. I think like comics, you know, is like provides. Before comics were just about superheroes. Now we're going more into realism now. A lot of times with comics, and you know, what made you decide to use comics to tell the story instead of like just like a novel? You know.
Always comics for me. All my life. When I was a kid, superhero comics and, you know, flashy sci-fi stuff, but as I got older, I kind of saw through books like Strangers in Paradise and Local that you can tell real human stories.
Route 66 type of stuff.
Route 66, yeah. I like comics. I like the form of comics, and I think it's a really good way to do it. But you know, comics isn't just action, and it's just, you know, they're like Strangers in Paradise, deeply emotional stuff that people get very invested in. So that's kind of what I was going for. You can get an emotional investment from comics. So, and not to mention, I'm a visual artist in comic books.
I noticed that too, because like when I was reading the book, there was hardly any action going on, but I couldn't put the book down, because then it was like how you had a structure. It was like every panel led to the next panel, and then you got so like enthralled in these two guys, Wes and Vince. You know, one of course, you know, we pretty much know part of my language is pretty much like an ass, but so I'm kind of interested in how, you know, he became that way. So that's gonna be like an interesting thing. I mean, is this, you plan on making this like continuous?
Yes, to an extent. It's supposed to be. It's not a series. It's going to end. It's probably about 10 to 15 issues total. Because I think, you know, especially for high school kids who are like seniors or whatever, the premise is in high school. You want to keep it that way. So no, it's going to end about 10, maybe 15 issues. It's going to be a graphic novel.
Okay.
Pretty much everything I do is always going to be that way.
It's going to be built up to the point that it becomes a graphic
Everything
novel.
gets old and stale after a while, and
Yeah.
I hope trash doesn't.
I like the name too, because I was like, man, you know, it was the name just like kind of like popped out to me when I first saw it. Because before you even came to the con, I kind of saw it like on ICCW. I saw like the cover there, and I thought it was like pretty blunt. You know, I was like, okay, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
So what are the plans? You know, while we're wrapping up, what are your plans as far as promoting the book?
Here with What the Flux comics, I'm pretty much just going to stay with Larry on What the Flux, and we'll see where that goes from there. Really, all I'm trying to do is get it into people's hands. You know.
All right, good. Well, you know, I just want to say this is Ron Caroni here with Comic Privy, and I just want to say thank you very much for allowing me the opportunity to go ahead and do this interview, and I just wish you the best, and, you know, I'll be in touch with you anyway.
Awesome.
All right, you take care.